بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Bani Swift STEM School trying to introduce a practical experiment for grades 10, 11 and also for 12. Our experiment will be about oxidation and reduction reactions. These reactions may be spontaneous or non-spontaneous. Non-spontaneous, it needs a source of energy, but spontaneous, it already occurs between two pools. Like spontaneous oxidation and reduction, we call it galvanic cell. You can see that we have a cell of two halves, oxidation half reaction and reduction half reaction. Oxidation half reaction for zinc in zinc sulfate, and we have copper in copper sulfate, and we have a salt bridge of salt or something, ions to conduct. So we have the reading here when the circuit is open. So we have the reading is 0, okay? And if we connect, we can measure the if we connect, we can measure the potential difference between the two electrodes. So we have oxidation reaction and reduction reaction, 0, and also we can get it, yes, that's it. And we can see that zinc oxidized and the copper is reduced, and so we can produce a potential difference between these two half cells. It is called galvanic cell. And we will move to another type. It is called non-spontaneous oxidation reduction reaction. Since we can make electrolysis, we have here electrolysis. It is called the electrolytic cell. Electrolysis of pure water or distilled water. When we add sulfuric acid and to analyze, to split water into two gases, hydrogen and oxygen gas. So we can connect them like that, and we can get, sometimes they call it Hoffman voltmeter. We can get hydrogen split from oxygen here, and we can connect them together like that. Can you see the bubbles here? Little bit bubbles are producing here. Yes. So we can collect two gases, hydrogen at the cathode and oxygen at the anode. So we have two gases of pure water or distilled water. So water is decomposed into hydrogen and oxygen gases in both of the two test tubes. And we will move to another. That's the brine solution. You must know that brine solution is water contains sodium chloride, NaCl. So we have common ions, H positive, Na positive, OH negative, and Cl negative. And that make confusion with our students. They thought that the gases here, also hydrogen and oxygen. We can say no, there is no hydrogen and oxygen here. We think that hydrogen and chlorine gases, and you will study the oxidation potential and the reduction potential, and you will see that chlorine gas will be evolved instead of oxygen. So it produces chlorine and hydrogen gases instead of the previous one, oxygen and hydrogen. So that electrolysis produces Cl2 and H2, and the previous one produces O2 and H2. So the brine different from brine solution, different from electrolysis of distilled water. You must know that if it is a distilled water or pure water, it will produce hydrogen and oxygen. But if it is a brine solution, sodium chloride in water, it will produce hydrogen and chlorine gas. So the general idea is oxidation and reduction, but it can be spontaneous as galvanic cells like Zn and ZnSO4 or CuSO4, or by non-spontaneous by using the source of current or source of electricity to be non-spontaneous, to force the reaction, the oxidation and the reduction reaction in both pure water or in brine solution. That's it. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.